As you many, Rotary is a non-denominational organization, and we don't really guide anybody towards any kind of belief, right? And so what we sometimes do when we start a Rotary meeting, we just reflect. And I would ask you maybe to do this with me together. If I could ask you to stand, and maybe take a moment to reflect on what is important to you in life, what you hope to achieve here this morning, and what is important to you. All right. Thank you very much. There's something else I would like to share with you. We have a vision. It goes something like this. Together we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. Overall, a lofty goal, but that's a Rotary vision. I would like to use this opportunity to welcome a few people here today that will help us on the way forward to create this center. First of all, the Honorable Jeremiah Norbert, the Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister, with responsibility for crime prevention and persons with disabilities. And we all know what hat he's wearing this morning. We have Dr. Rommel Daniel here with us, the Chairman for Tapio Hospital. Also joining us online, we have Dr. Juan Montero, the gentleman in the middle there. Vicky Brett is the Executive Director for Montero Medical Missions, and I think I see Shane there. Shane is a fellow Rotarian. These people are in Virginia, and they're one of our overseas partners in this project. Also joining us online is Chris Pugh. He's the current president of the Rotary Club of the Caribbean Plus. My name is Konrad Wagner, and I'm also a member of the Rotary Club of the Caribbean Plus. And I know it's a mouthful, right? But we're gonna be done with it now. But we are a new club. We're less than a year old, and we're a club with a difference. We meet online twice a month in the virtual world, and our main goal is to do projects. Our members are found in Suriname in the south, all across the Caribbean, all the way up to the United States and Canada. And I thought it was off. And as far as the United Kingdom to the east. There are also a few people here that are very important to me in the last 2 months. There's first of all, Dr. Yeah, Dr. Spencer, Dr. Tamara Semi-Spencer, who is the chief anesthetist here at Tapio Hospital. And also we have here Ricky Quinlan, who is the acting permanent secretary in the same Ministry of Home Affairs, Crime Prevention and Persons with Disabilities. And I see my friend, Dr. Stephen King here, who we'll hear from later on, because I see that Dr. Daniel organized a pinch hitter for him. Doctor, we always love to listen to Steve, right? We have a few Rotarians here. We have Roger Hare, the president of the Rotary Club of St. Lucia, and then also the immediate past president of the Rotary Club of Grosile, Astrid Modesi, and a few other Rotarians. Lathan Khan, for example, from my club, whose name I won't repeat now, the immediate past president. In a way, I have to pinch myself this morning because I can't believe we're finally getting there. This process started about 2 years ago in late 2023. And then our first discussions with purpose were in early 2024. And then in June, a team from Montero Medical Missions visited St. Lucia, where we met for the first time officially with the minister and some other people in the medical fraternity. And at the time, the project was really driven by a friend called Mike Smith. Mike Smith used to have an artificial limb clinic in the US where he was making limbs, and he sold it. He's actually now in Guam and can't join us. But he donated the whole equipment from his clinic towards this project. So he will not just give the equipment, he'll help us with the setup. He has done the design for the new clinic, and he'll also afterwards help us in the retraining of technicians and in the sourcing of possible volunteers overseas as we move forward with the project. But, you know, despite the meetings with the minister, and I had Ricky on speed dial, right? We talked all the time. Even the mayor, we just could not find a suitable location, right? We went to places in Marchand, right? And we walked through some weeds in Castries. It didn't work out. And then all of a sudden, a door opened up. There was this opportunity. And it's funny how that sometimes goes, right? I was visiting a patient at Tapion, and I never leave home without my pin. So I ran into Dr. Daniel, and he said, "So what's Rotary up to?" And that's a tricky question. If you ask an active Rotarian, you're gonna get some kind of opportunity to assist or sponsor something. And so really and truly, the rest is sort of history, right? Because I told him about our dilemma, finding a place, and he said right off the bat, "We may have the space for you. Just call Tracy and tell her what you need, and she'll work with you," right? So Tracy is, of course, Dr. Tamara Semay Spencer, and she was really the answer to all my prayers, because she, first of all, she communicates. We've been texting this morning at least 10 times, right? And I love people when communicate, because there's dialogue and you move forward. And she played a great part, a big part why we're here today. But really and truly, the mission is not just about providing, hopefully, less expensive, easy accessible, and hopefully in some cases, sponsored artificial limbs. What we're really hoping to do is we would like to establish a database for people with physical challenges, with disabilities. Because right now there's no such thing. It's of all people, my lawyer. Well, hang on silent. I don't know why it's coming on. So we want to work very closely, not just with Tapia, but with the medical fraternity in general. And there, of course, the surgeons, to ensure when amputations are done on the way forward now, that they carry it out with the goal that these people will eventually receive an artificial limb, right? And so we then hope to hopefully provide some kind of support for amputees. Once we have that database, especially in the early stages after maybe having lost a leg or just having received an artificial limb. And maybe we can create some kind of peer group, mutual support group that can assist some of these people after often very traumatic experiences. And I certainly can't imagine what it would mean all of a sudden not being able to run the way I can. So to make this happen, we need the support of many people, of course, right? Because it always takes time and money and a willingness. So we need assistance from the government side, right? The minister is here to show this support, and he will tell us a little more. Then we need private enterprise, and of course, Rotarians in the Caribbean and North America. And there's some support coming forward. For example, all the design work for the place has already been done by Adrian Thibault, who is a Rotarian, and he has taken on the project management as part of his contribution to the project. So this is why we're here, right? I talked long enough. I would like now to ask all of us, or the people in charge, to commit to this project by signing the Memorandum of Understanding. Thank you very much. Now, that was the easy part, right? Now, now the work starts, and and we will certainly be up to the challenge. But I would also like to invite the president of my club with the long name, since we're international. He's based in Antigua, as President Chris Pugh, just to say a few words. Chris, if you could.
Yes, good morning, and with all protocols duly observed, I would like to share a warm welcome with all our partners and thank everyone for their contribution to this project. After the comprehensive introduction by past President Conrad, I would like to take this opportunity to highlight of what Rotary is about. Rotary is about creating lasting change in our communities by supporting our causes, fighting disease, growing local economies, promoting peace, providing clean water, providing maternal and childcare, supporting education, protecting the environment. Rotarians have a shared responsibility to take action and see a world where people unite for good. It is therefore a pleasure, as President of Rotary Club Caribbean Plus, to have the privilege of signing the MOU for the St. Lucian Artificial Limb Centre with our partners. Thank you.
Thank you, President Chris. This works better than I thought in a virtual world, because Chris did sign the MOU yesterday evening. We have his signature on the document. I would also like now to invite somebody we always love to listen to, to talk a little bit about the involvement of our very, very big partner in this, because they have a lot of skin in this game, and we could never do it without them. Saying a few words on behalf of the Tapio Hospital Board and the Tapio Foundation, Dr. Stephen King, who is a member of the board.
Good morning and thank you. Protocol all well established. Let's talk. I saw on Chris's slide, Unite for Good. It's one point, and I'll come back to it. And you know, progress and development is a journey and stepwise. And it is caused when we envision a better future that we can move towards. Now, the metaphor of a journey is stepwise, making a step. Today, we make a big step. It's one step, but it's a big step. And I want you to reflect on the word step. It is a cliche metaphor for progress. And I want you to think, if you did not have a limb, you don't have a leg, how do you step? Now, our minister knows this journey very well. You want to step, you want to dance. Do you know how many of our St. Lucian people, and not to mention Caribbean people, lose their limbs, diabetes, trauma? And it's growing and growing. We have well over 300 people on a list that require limbs. And if any of you were to tie your foot to your thigh and try to do business in this country, understand what it is to not have a limb. This is not a little program that we are on. This is not a little step. This is a massive step for the quality of lives of people. Now, Tapion Hospital, parent company is Medical Associates Limited. We are exceedingly grateful to be a partner in this process, because we are all about looking after people. We were founded on that mission to improve healthcare in this country. And healthcare is not just intervention in a hospital. Healthcare is to improve the life of people in a holistic way. Our chairman, Dr. Romel Daniel, talks about, and I was so enlightened and inspired by that comment, that we must create a community of practice. I'm sure you remember that phrase, Dr. Daniel. A community of practice, at first, we were talking about with practitioners, but a community of practice goes beyond that. It includes Rotary Caribbean Plus, Dr. Montero. All of our patients are people who will benefit from our community of practice is also a practice in community and for community. And that is why we are pleased to unite with Ministry of not only health, but government. Look, we have the Ministry of Crime Prevention and for persons with disabilities here with us. We can partner with the government and with Rotary Caribbean Plus and all other partners and unite for good. And for us, that is the future for development. Development will not happen in our country unless we unite with a common vision and a common purpose. And so this ceremony here today, and what we are doing today, is not just a message for people who don't have a limb. This is a message for every single citizen and resident of this country. The only way to progress in healthcare or anywhere is through unity with a common purpose for good. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Dr. King. Of course, as Dr. King said, there's one other partner that is very, very important in this whole team here. These are our friends from Virginia. And I'm really happy to see Dr. Montero here. I was not sure if you could make it and join the meeting. So, Doc, it's really, really nice to see you. But I know, Vicky. We're going to ask Vicky just to say a few words on behalf of Montero Medical Missions. Vicky, if you would, please.
Yes, absolutely. Hello, everyone. We are really excited to be in this meeting with you. We are excited to be a part of this project. Beside me here, as we had mentioned, is Dr. Montero. He is the founder and president of Montero Medical Missions. And then I have Shane Rohde. He is a board member and our IT guru that we have. Thankful for all his passion that he gives to our organization. But just to tell you a little bit about Montero Medical Missions, we are based here in Virginia, the United States. We are an international initiative rooted in a multidisciplinary collaboration and a strong commitment to health. Our focus is on serving vulnerable populations through specialized medical care, surgeries, and training programs. For years, our work has united physicians, nurses, technicians, and volunteers who share one mission, and that's to improve the quality of life for those that are in most need, both in the United States and around the world. The story of Montero Medical Missions really began with the first medical expedition led by Dr. Montero in the Philippines. It was driven by a deep spirit of service. Dr. Montero and his team provided free medical care and support to communities with little access to health care. What started as an individual mission soon grew into a sustainable program, recognized for its very positive impact and strong partnerships with local institutions. Today, our mission extends to St. Lucia, and we are building a new collaboration designed to reach vulnerable communities with essential care and support. This effort embodies Dr. Montero's guided belief that teamwork is key. Dr. Montero always says, together, everyone achieves more. And here we are. So thank you for letting us be a part of this beautiful project.
Thank you, Vicky. And, next we see you on the beach, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So that leaves me with one more gentleman to say a few words. He's absolutely integral to this part because it cannot be done without the cooperation of the government and the people there. And like every project, it needs a champion somewhere. It needs somebody in a corner who answers the phone and says, this is important to us, let's do it. And we found this gentleman in our minister. So I would ask the Honorable Minister Jeremiah Norbert to say a few words, please.
Good morning, everyone. Protocol already being established, I would like to adopt it. But this morning permit me to just speak from my heart. And today marks a very important day for me personally. And I'm very excited, but also very emotional to be part of this ceremony today. Today is just a little over 4 years since I would have lost my right limb. And Dr. King said, just imagine somebody tying one leg and you having to go and conduct business in the city. I don't have to imagine it because I live it. I've lived it, and I live it every day. So I know personally the challenges of persons, especially with mobility issues and disabilities in this country. And not too long ago, an individual asked me whether if they were to turn back the hands of time, whether I would have done certain things differently. More or less to ask me whether I would not have gone on that motorcycle on that day, knowing what fate held for me. And probably, if they asked me that question, maybe 3-4 weeks immediately after my accident, I probably would have said yes. I would have done it differently. But to be quite honest with you, the experience, the lives, what has happened because of my accident, I would do it all over again. Without thinking twice, I would do it all over again. And I say that with the utmost sincerity because had it not been, and this is my confession, had it not been for my personal experience, I probably would have not been in a position to appreciate the challenges that persons with disability have to go through in this country. And I think we all can be honest here. Had it not been for my accident, I do not know that the Prime Minister would have been minded at the time to put in a portfolio specifically to deal with matters of disability. So in everything, I see the good. The journey that we speak about, there's quite a bit of good that has come out of it. So I'm very happy to be able to be that individual who is going to champion the cause of persons with disability in this country. And again, if I had to turn back the hands of time, I would do it the same way because when I walk through the city and I see individuals who are on wheelchairs, and I saw a video one time circulating where a gentleman said, so far, so close, but yet so far. I don't know if anyone recall, he was trying to access the passport office. And because there was limitation with just a ramp, he was unable to access the passport office. And being a person with a disability does not devalue you. It does not make you any lesser of a person. And you should not be treated as a lesser man because of a disability. And I really understood and appreciated that after going through my own ordeal. When the Prime Minister decided to create a ministry specifically to deal with matters of disability, not too long after I was appointed Minister for Persons with Disability, Conrad reached out to me. And I think at the time, Smith was there, Mike Smith was there, and we had a conversation. Without me even engaging the Prime Minister, I committed and said to him that he will get the full support of the government. And I had no doubt that when I left the meeting and I went to speak to Prime Minister, that he was going to accede to our request and give us whatever we were asking for, because he too is very sensitive about matters pertaining to persons with disability in this country. I was really excited from my first engagement with Conrad, because it's like he and the rest of the team, they literally lit up. Like a fire took over them. There was an excitement in the way that they spoke. And he was really looking forward. The enthusiasm was up there and about what we can really do for persons with a disability in this country. And somebody may tell you look at the name St. Lucia Artificial Limb Center, and it may appear simple in the nomenclature. Let me tell you, I think Doc said it. This is a massive, massive, I don't even know if some of you really understand the magnitude of what it is that we're about to undertake here today. Being able to walk is a privilege. being able to dance, being able to run. It gives you that confidence, gives you value yourself. Not having it does the opposite for you. And I think it is unfair that anybody in this country or anywhere in the world, as a matter of fact, should have to go through the ordeal of having an amputation and then their life have to change completely because he or she cannot afford a prosthetic limb. I think it is unfair. So I am happy that today we are one step closer to closing that gap, to ensuring that almost every person in this country who needs a prosthetic limb will be able to get one. I want to thank Tapion Hospital and the board and Dr. Rommel, Dr. King immensely for partnering with the Rotary Club and ensuring that we have a location where we can do this. And only today, one thing I can tell you, I don't know if it's something that's been taught at the Rotary Club. They're very secretive because Conrad told me, don't worry, Minister, we got a venue. So I said, Conrad, where is it? No, I'll tell you, you know. And then I kept, Conrad, where is it? No, Minister, I will tell you. And when he told me that looked like we may have good news, Tapion has agreed to partner with us, I mean, I felt overwhelmed. For, I think the fact that here is already a hospital, it works perfect for us and what it is that we're trying to achieve. My hope is moving forward that we can decentralize and we can maybe open a second branch in the South so that we can serve the people of the South. No, that is my earnest hope. Because I too know, you see, when you're already vulnerable or you're already challenged, it can be even more difficult for you, especially having individuals in Soufrière, in Vieux Fort. So I'm happy with this huge step that we're making here. And Dr. King said it well, it's a journey, and it's one that's made of steps. A journey of 1,000 miles beginning with the first step. We're on that first step today. But the hope is that moving forward, that this can grow, this can expand, and we can be even more accessible to all St. Lucians, and they may not have to necessarily journey as far as Castries, especially those in the South, to be able to get a prosthetic limb. I see people like Murray here with us today. And I want to also recognize him because he was one of the individuals. And I think when our locals are doing well, we have to commend him. He was one of the individuals, the main technician who worked on my first prosthetic limb. And it shows the ability and the talent that we have right here. And I think now we have an opportunity to build on it, grow on it, especially given the fact that we're going to get assistance from technicians overseas. We can really help build our locals and empower them so that moving forward, we can have St. Lucians almost on par with our overseas technicians. And I think I said that to Conrad very early. My hope is that this area or what we start in here can become almost a regional hub so that individuals from St. Vincent, Dominica, even the OECS can take a quick flight, come here, and they can get sorted out as well. I want to thank Dr. Rommel and I think Dr. Spencer. This may be the first time I've seen you after my accident, though. She was, yes, she was the one who attended to me on the 17th, 18th of February 2021. So, you know, it has been some time. I also want to thank my permanent secretary for, I don't know if they were throwing remarks at me indirectly. I think when Conrad spoke, he said, one good thing about Dr. Spencer is she communicates and she communicates properly. So you would have texted her. You would have texted her, and I was paying attention. You would have texted her maybe 10 times this morning and she responded. He probably would not put me in that same bracket, but I'm sure I placed him in good hands. And I also see the passion. And I think that is one of the things that we require for an initiative of this to actually take place and work well. We need people who are passionate about it, not just doing it because, you know, it's just a job. You must be passionate about it. And when I spoke to my permanent secretary, he too was very passionate. He too was very excited about the project. And I know that he's very happy that we are at that particular juncture today. So in closing, I want to thank all the partners, the Tapio Hospital. I want to thank the individuals who are here virtually, the Montero Medical Mission. I want to thank the Rotary Club. And I want to tell you that the government of St. Lucia will, well, we have already committed, but we'll further commit. And Prime Minister told me from the onset. Just tell me what you need to get the center to run, and we are going to provide it. So willing to provide all the assistance. We are fully committed to playing our part to ensure that this is done and it is done successfully, because we understand the importance. We understand the importance of people being empowered. We understand that is what a limb does for you. That is what it does for you. We have people who can work. I'll give you a typical example. About 2 years ago, we had some exchange of fire happening in this country, and there was a vigil in Babuno, and a young lady was shot in Babuno, and she's an above knee amputee. She must be in her late 20s or probably now early 30s. She has 3 children. She used to work and provide for her children. She was an independent mother, and she has not been able to acquire a prosthetic because she cannot afford a prosthetic. This lady has had thoughts of suicide and we have had to give her professional help because her independence has been taken away from her. One limb changes her entire life, the entire trajectory of her life, because she would now feel independent and empowered and be able to go to work and take care of her family. That is what a limb does. So that is the magnitude of what we are undertaking this morning. So I want to thank the partners immensely for answering. I want to thank Conrad for he has been the real champion, and he has been at me, he has not allowed me to sleep, even get upset. Yeah, even if he does not show it or he does not show on his face, but his passion would allow him to get upset sometimes when he figure, but Minister, it's not a talk shop. We need to get it going. We need to get it going. We need to get it going. And I share that passion because every day that we wait is a day that somebody else is paying the price. So I'm happy. I know that the public will buy into this. I know that St. Lucians, quite a few St. Lucians will be extremely happy to know that. And I think one of the things that drove Conrad was he said he wants the limbs to be affordable. It's not a matter of coming here to try to make a mint of people. It's a matter of ensuring that we can empower people, we can return their independence to them, and we can give them an opportunity to create the life that they always dreamed of. I have it. I'm thankful. I'm fortunate. And my dream as a minister is to ensure that every St. Lucian who requires one is going to get one. And finally, I know you mentioned about a database. I can tell you that the ministry has already started the work on the database. And the whole idea is that there is some sort of interoperability so that we get the information from the hospital directly so that we know and we can almost track the entire process. So we can guide you, you go there. So we almost would have, the people who would not have a limb in St. Lucia is those who choose not to have a limb, but not those who cannot afford a limb. And I think Prime Minister has also agreed that to do whatever is necessary to ensure we make the limbs. I don't want to call it free because the idea is not to just make it free. It has to be sustained. There's bills to pay. But for those who really cannot afford one, to ensure that they still can get one. So with that, again, I thank everyone, and I'm very happy that we are at this particular stage. Thank you very much.
Oh boy. Thank you, Honorable Minister. It's a little much. Anyway, we have a long road ahead of us, right? And as long as we're all committed, I know we can get there. I think we would like to wrap things up now by some closing remarks from the immediate past president of my Rotary Club with the long name, Mr. Lathan Khan.
Thank you very much, Conrad. Good morning, everyone. Just allow me, please, to just say a very pleasant good morning and a welcome to everyone. You know, at the start of the meeting, Conrad asked us to pause for a moment of reflection. And as I stood there, I started to feel how grateful and happy my heart was that we were actually here this morning to witness the signing of this MOU. And my mind started to drift, and then you cut off the reflection, so I didn't get to go too deeply into it. But I'm really feeling so happy that we're here. We've actually signed an MOU after 2 years. And in Rotary, we have a mission and a vision to change the world and to transform lives, to transform individuals, to transform communities, and by doing that, to transform the world. And Rotary has been very successful in doing that. And today we've made another step towards transforming the lives of so many people who are in need in St. Lucia and beyond. Because this project is not just about St. Lucia. I'm sure we're thinking about regional reach. We may even go beyond that. But all these things that Rotary aspires to do, and all that we've accomplished, we never do it by ourselves. We always have to work with partners. And I look in the room and I look on screen and I see the partners who have come together to make this happen. And it's remarkable. I mean, I want to say to Dr. Montero and his team, and that the minister has done a good job in thanking everybody already, but I want to thank you, sir. I want to thank Vicky on behalf of a grateful club and a grateful nation. We say thank you for being part of this initiative. And we have no doubt that it's going to go very far. To Tapion Hospital Medical Associates, Dr. King, you and your amazing team of doctors who came on board so willingly, so easily. I don't think you hesitated for one moment in making your facility available. I mean, that when I heard that this was what's up for offer, I could not believe it. I said, well, that's absolutely amazing. And so again, on behalf of the club and all future beneficiaries, I want to say thank you, sir. Thank you to my medical associates, and please convey that to the rest of your board and your members. The government and the Ministry of Health, Minister Norbert, I sense the passion and emotion in your voice as you spoke, and you were stirring me a little bit. But this project really needed the support of the state. I was so happy to hear the government quickly jumped on it and is solidly behind it. And we have that in writing. So there's no backing down at this point. Please convey our thanks and best wishes to the Prime Minister and the Cabinet for stepping up to this plate. It's going to make you look good. It's going to make St. Lucia look good. And so we have a dream team, I think, behind this project. And I'm very hopeful for it. And I will even predict now, Conrad, that we will go to phase 2 in a couple of years with AI taking over our lives so much that we will start making bionic limbs, right? It's not so far-fetched at all. And we might have to ask you for more land to put another wing. You know, so I want to end by thanking someone else. Now, I've known this gentleman, Conrad, for at least 30 years. And Conrad does not like to get mentioned. He does his thing quietly. But this man is a real champion. I sometimes wonder how he does it. Conrad has been a champion for this project from day one, and we really would not have been here this morning without the energy of this gentleman. I am convinced he has German and Austrian engineering built into his DNA. This man is built for performance, and if you want something done, ask Conrad Wagner. He will get it done. And Conrad, again, on behalf of a grateful club and a grateful nation, we thank you for all the energy you've put into this and for bringing it to this point. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank you, Lathan. Flattery will get you everywhere, you know. So all right, the place exists too, right? There's a drawing here. There's one over there at the refreshments. And the bare room is right next door. If anybody would like to see it, it's a raw concrete structure now, but it's not just in our imagination, the place does exist. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining us here this morning. Thank you.